Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. Kedar had come. His attitude towards God was of bhakti, love of God, ecstatic love of God he wants to attain, by which he can forget the world, forget the body, and be in the divine bliss that never ends. All our play of this world is surely going to end one day. When we enter the world, we will not know. As we grow, then also we will not know. When middle age comes, then also we will not much understand. But as the children and all those things start growing and flying away from the parents, and parents are left alone, then they will understand, oh, next what? They had accumulated certain things, not only material, but the tendencies, vasanas, karmic load, what all good and best things they had done in life, whatever charity they had given, all that will be at their disposal to earn the next birth. Similarly, what all intolerance, oppositions, fightings, what all made the war possible in this world, whatever curses and abuses they left in this world also will be with them. The good things compared to bad things may be less or equal. When the death time comes, old age starts coming, the good things start going down and hiding themselves as if because of the gravity of karma. They are good karmas, and all the bad karmas are light karmas. They start floating. Just like you put some wood pieces and gold coins, throw into or metal into the river. The wood pieces start floating on the surface. The heavy things, metals, settle down. Then we feel so much frightened. Where am I going? What is going to happen? A thought of the divine, if remains linked in that stream, he also sings, holding the name, or flies above. If he sings, he sees all its good karmas are with him. He has nothing to fear, he has nothing to worry. All wealth is with him. If he starts floating, you will see only that is karma, one is karma dragging, another is God's name dragging him. So these people, Kedar and all, they want to have such an ecstatic love of God that they are these punya karmas and papa karmas may not touch them either, but in remaining in the beyond, above the river floating of karmic float, they want to float in that and be driven by the wind of divine grace, by the breeze of divine grace, by the will of Divine Mother. So they cultivate love of God, aspiring for to be free from both good and bad karmic load. That is the only way left for man to hold on to when we are in the karmic cycle, to hold on to the something that doesn't make us be aware of the karmas that we have done, good or bad, but to float beyond. So here we see Kedar, one of the devotees of Sri Ramakrishna, has developed a attitude towards God and taking God as the Sri Krishna, the one of the incarnations of God. Incarnations come to the world to pick up these souls and conduct them to the transcendental. So these are eternal suctions that suck the people and who come under its influence are just transported or conducted to the transcendental reality, which we call Dham of God. So here we see Kedar is adopting attitude of gopis of Vrindavan. Gopis of Vrindavan had pure love, that love seeks nothing but to be at the feet of the Lord. So with all the duties of the world, all the responsibilities of the family, he is holding on to that one thread of inner thread linking to the divine. When the Jnana Path we take up, the renunciation path becomes essential. The moment I say Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi, or Soham, I have to detach. Aham Brahmasmi means I am not body. So there should not be any contradiction. Otherwise it will live in a mental state. It will not go to the realization. I am still body and holding on to body, I am standing to tell Aham Brahmasmi. It doesn't suit. The moment the clear understanding Aham Brahmasmi of the meaning comes, his grip on the world loosens. It becomes free. He is holding on to the bodily existence and the small things of this world as mine, and it grip releases. But the momentum, past momentum, gravity, again pulls it towards the world. It may take a few lives at least, but in case of Bhakti Yoga, to have the normal relationship that we have towards anyone, then there is no need to loosen the grip on the world. It goes with the external bodily existence, which he is not denying, and he is holding on to the different level of existence now. Here we see the world is going on with mind and bodily existence. His soul within through the love, he is holding on to the divine. I am so and so. I am holding on to you. Not Aham Brahmasmi. His life in the world, he is not detached. It is going by itself, driven by nature. He is simply sitting as if sitting in a vehicle somebody is driving. He is freely sitting there in the world. All our duties are being conducted by the nature's participation. His body is working, his mind is working in the world, his heart and soul are resting in God. This is how the gopis of Vrindavan lived. And Kedar want to acquire that divine love by which he need not dissociate from the world, but be totally devoted to God and grip God in his heart. Arrest God in his heart and key. So Sri Ramakrishna was very fond of him, Kedar. Words about God would make him weep. The sight of Kedar awakened in Master's mind the episode of Vrindavan in Sri Krishna's life. Sri Krishna's life, Balya, though he was born in Mathura, in the prison house, he was carried to Vrindavan, a safe place where he spent his early days of life. Every 12 years, the physical and psychological transformation takes place in human existence. First 12 years will be Balya and Tarunya, and 12 years complete begins the youth, Yavana, formation of the Yavana, and 24 the growth of the Yavana completes, the youth completes. Then 24 to 36 is the period of the prime of youth. The innermost seed of old age starts germinating deep within, unseen, at 36 almost. And 48, the next 12 years, slowly it manifests external signs. And external signs get completed by 60. 12 years of multiplication, it goes on, human. The first 12 years of innocence, purity, where maximum purity of the Atman can be depicted. And Krishna is an avatara. And the transcendental bliss, he can show to them. He can show to the people around. The whole of village of Vrindavan was with him. And the love he poured was, and the bliss that he gave was not physical bliss. It was the bliss of the transcendental realm of the absolute bliss. The bliss, peace, love, absolute. There is no degree of comparison there. Yesterday's love was greater, today's love is greater than tomorrow. That is not there. Their love decreasing, increasing is not there. It is absolute, paripurna. There is nothing can be added, nothing can be detracted from this. Absolute. So this love of the transcendental realm, he is Lord of the universe. He is the absolute existence. He wants to make them enjoy. And he plays there up to 11th year. 11th year, much before the 12th can begin, he leaves Vrindavan and goes away for his Dharma Samsthapana. Within this period of absolute purity where one can manifest and play, he shows to all people, and the Gopas and Gopis were so much attached because they love bliss and peace which is unseen by humans and cannot be seen in this world of duality, was brought down. That only Krishna could give. Though we depict Radha and Krishna as Radha is small and Krishna is grown up, both are grown up, they never met after this 11th year when Krishna was still entering into the youth. Before that he showed all the play because nobody can point out finger at him. And everybody from old man to the youngest one, the newborn, everybody enjoyed that. And even the animals, you can see Krishna always with the nature behind. And almost all peacock around, these cows and calves, all animals would be moving along with the people. So this we see in case of Vrindavan. Sri Ramakrishna at the Kedar, at the site of Kedar, awakened in him the mind, in his mind, the episode of Vrindavan in Sri Krishna's life. Sri Krishna's life, Vrindavan, how Sri Ramakrishna, now the person who is writing this, how is linking, you see, the episode of Vrindavan in Krishna's life. Krishna's life is an eternal story which associated with Vrindavan. It reminded of Thakur. It was reminded in the mind of Thakur. See, the thing is, the one who was Rama and Krishna is here on one side, and on the other side we see the play is being presented. What I had done, I am as it experiencing again now. He is now in the world of Vrindavan. Intoxicated with divine love, the master stood up and sang, addressing Kedar, because Kedar in that is practicing that. Practicing means, see, the practicing part of the love of God, especially of as Gopis of Vrindavan, is an entirely different thing. I can imitate any of the saints loving Krishna. I can imitate Meera easily. To imitate the Gopis of Vrindavan is difficult. Difficult means it is something beyond our capability. And when a person is trying to stretch to that level of becoming Gopi and loving Krishna, he has acquired some traits of those people who lived and loved Krishna intimately. So here we are, when we see a person, we can understand what is within him if we are little sensitive to the realities of existence. A devotee coming, we can understand what kind of devotee is he, how much he is loving God. From his nature, we see a person who is sattvic. Sattvic we can see in every act of his life. A rajasic, a tamasic person, we can see in every actions, every thought, every feeling that passes in him. Like that, Sri Ramakrishna is seeing in Kedar the traits of Gopi, that purity slowly radiating from within. And he is like addressing gopis. He is Gopi addressing Gopi. Thakur is addressing and singing the song, addressing song to Kedar. Master stood up and sang, addressing Kedar. Tell me, my friend, how far is the grove where Krishna, my beloved, dwells? His fragrance reaches me even here, but I am tired and can walk no further. In search of God, what all people do. Go and live in the forests, on the mountain tops. So much of struggle, trying to live alone for many, many years. Do lots of austerities and tapas. Taking one-time food. I saw when I was in Himalayas, so many old sadhus whom I met, extremely old. They are not able to walk properly, even to go for bhiksha. I went it so. They have come early in their life. Some have come at the age of 11, 12. Some have come still earlier. I was surprised. Whole of their life they spent taking a little alms somewhere, wherever it is being given, and spent their whole life calling on God, sitting in a cave-like atmosphere. Then we can understand how much of struggle people pass through to attain God. They, as if for something, I saw in Kashi Ghat, where the bodies are burnt. Manikarnika Ghat. In that Manikarnika Ghat, people will be sieving the sand again and again, again and again. They take a sieve and go sieving. They get small pieces of gold that was on the dead body. When dead body is burnt and they push this one, they sink down. Again and again they search. 15, 20 children, people will be sitting day and night there with their sieve. If they get 2-3 pieces, it is sufficient for them. How they sieve the sand again and again in that water, sitting in the water. Like that the people search for God. Where is God? Where is God? They go on searching. So forest and forest they move about in search of God. Last they get exhausted. Oh, all my efforts have ended. Now I can walk no more. It is for you to walk to me now. Then all efforts, all possible things have exhausted. The mind is exhausted. Intellect is exhausted. Body is exhausted. Then comes the realization. You must see in anybody's life, in Christ's life, when he was left in the desert, last he tries to drag his body to the end. Miles and miles away in the depths of the forest. Hundreds of miles. Last he gets exhausted. And he cannot move body anymore. No water to drink or even. A bowl of water get exhausted in no time. Days pass, fasting, and he was crawling, struggling. First he was walking, then last he falls. Then the background says, now the metal is ready for casting. You can cast that. Now any shape you can give the metal. It is according to the mold that you have got. You can mold the metal is ready for mold. It is then that the God appears. We must, first thing is our intellectual abstraction. Intellect is the first thing that obstructs our moving towards, because we are dumped with so many information regarding God. The simple love of gopis could reach him, make him come to them, while so much of intellectual understanding cannot reach. The more information we get, we will be entering into a field, Shabda Jalam, Maharanyam. How the scriptures and people speaking and talking and giving so many explanations. How does it? I am entering into a forest, Shabdaranyam, Shabdajalam Maharanyam. I am entering this Shabdajala. I cannot escape now from that. And it is Maharanya. I have entered into searching, thinking I will be getting information. Then he says, God is not there. God is not a thing to be attained through reasoning or through logic. He is to be attained by His grace. And the grace can descend by becoming extremely simple and a little love that a mother or child gives to mother or mother gives to child. That much love between two relatives of any type is sufficient. Simplicity and simple love that makes the God immediately to present Himself. To attain to that state is all the struggle. So we see Sri Ramakrishna taking that aspect of Gopi and calling to Kedar, asking Kedar, how far? I am tired of walking. Oh, Shanti, 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 Harihi. Om. That's